Alright, so now we are totally done with all the brake install for Black Velvet. We did the all new calipers all the way around. We did the drilled and slotted rotors from Detroit Axle with the ceramic pads. Got all the stainless steel lines made by Arizona Tube and Hose. They did a great job on it, really came through for us, so we really appreciate that. We did all the bleeding. I did the bleeding on this one by myself. I put that in the video, obviously. That is one way to do it. There's other ways you can do it by yourself. They have the vacuum bleeders you can get. Some of those don't work so great unless you buy some of the more expensive ones. And let's face it, it sucks to buy something that sucks at sucking. So you can do that, or I would still believe the best way to do it is to have a partner with you, someone to go up in there, actually pump the brakes, you crack the line loose, the traditional way, I should say. But I didn't have that ability. We did it like this. You do use a little more fluid going that way, but we wanted to give it a good flush out anyways, so it really wasn't bad. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. So now what we're down to is bleeding the system. So I'm doing this by myself, no help. So I'm going to show you how to do it by yourself with no special tools or anything. The only thing you'll need is a good clean bottle. Fill it with some of the brake fluid that you're going to be using, and a length of vacuum line. And I will show you how to do this by yourself. It takes a little bit of extra time, but you can get the job done by yourself without spending any extra money. What we're going to start with here is breaking loose our bleeder. You always want to work from the one farthest away from the booster and work your way in. So we're starting with the passenger side rear. There we go. Just loosen it up just a little bit just so it can vent. Get some vacuum hose that fits over the nipple of it tightly, right there. And then we will bring it down and put it into our bottle. As you can actually see right now, see those bubbles coming out through there? It's already starting to vent the air from that brake system into there. So when you do this, once we start actually bleeding it, it can push the air out through there, but it can't suck up anything but fluid, so that keeps you able to actually truly purge the system. If you were to do this without fluid, it would just be sucking air back and forth and you never get anywhere. As you can see, it's already working. So then you want to make sure that your brake fluid reservoir is full, and then you'll have to go up front and you'll have to depress the pedal multiple times, trying to get all the air out of the system. We've had this one totally drained completely because we've had all the lines off of it, and it's all completely brand new calipers. So it's going to take quite a bit to bleed this whole system. I'm going to go up front and start pumping the pedal, and we should see some more air come out of here, and the more air that comes out, the closest we are to getting the system fully purged. Alright, so you see it did push some of the air out of the system. You see those dark wisps of the old fluid that's pushing through that line, cleaning out everything from the brake master cylinder all the way back, flushing out for the new fluid. You see the fluid level in our bottle rising quite steadily. So we've gotten pretty good flow out of this one, not getting much more air out of it. So we can go ahead and lock this one down, go ahead and move on to the, which would be the driver's rear. Do the same thing with it. Also make sure to keep checking the fluid level in your master cylinder. Make sure you're not getting that too low, otherwise you'll just be sucking air in there and having to do it all over again. And then we'll have to empty this bottle out as well. Then we'll proceed to the next ones, get all 4 of them done, and then we can come back and start this one again just to double check, make sure we did get all the air out of the system. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so you can tell how much it's working. So we started also by marking our bottle on how much fluid I initially had in there. So you can see that we're getting a more than nominal amount of fluid going through here. And just by doing this one, we've gotten quite a bit of pedal out of it, so that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and snug this one up. and then I will proceed to the driver's side rear. Break this bleeder loose just slightly. This also keeps you from making a big old mess of brake fluid. You can see there's already bubbles coming up through that one. You know, the fluid in there is getting a little darker, so it's a little bit harder to see. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go up front, double check the fluid level in the reservoir. I'm going to pump the pedal. Last side I did about 35 pumps on it, so I'll do about the same for this one. Alright, the fluid level in our bottle is raised substantially. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up this fitting, and we'll move to the passenger side front. Alright, I already did the passenger side front. And I'll just show you this one on the driver's side. Put our vacuum hose on. Lightly break our fitting loose. Alright, getting some good bubbles in there. Pump that one about 30 times. We have a pretty firm pedal. And then for good measure, what I'll do is I'll go back and restart at the farthest one away. And I'll do a few, probably about 10 or 15 pumps on each one all the way back around, just to double ensure that there is no air left in the system. And then we will check it again from there. Alright, so if there's anything in this video that we didn't cover that you would like to see or you have questions on, please feel free to put that down there in the comments. We'd love to get back to you on it. This one was pretty straightforward, nothing real crazy going on. So always be safe when you're doing anything with the brake system. Once you're done, you know everything's fully bled. Always double check, make sure you have fluid in the reservoir. Pump the brakes a few more times, make sure you don't have any leaks from any of the lines or at the calipers. Don't over tighten the bleeder screws, they don't take very much. Just go through and just really double check everything. It's very important on any of them. Always be safe. Always use jack stands. Whole 9 yards. You don't want to risk that. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, got any questions or comments, put them in there. We'll get back to you. Thank you. I fucking love you. Oh, hi.
Yeah. It would be.
Now. I'd like to hear from you. Okay. Stop that. Redo some of that in there. Something like that.